going on, guys? King Strats here, back in the video on the channel. Now, we had to take it to Jersey Mike's. Yesterday, I went to Wawa, and I kept thinking, because I had that toasted Italian sub, that a Jersey Mike's toasted Italian sub would hit different. So I got 3 different things that I like from there. These are my favorite things to get at Jersey Mike's. I've had most of them before. There's been a few little bit of changes because I think it will make it even better. Also, I didn't know they did this, but some of y'all are going to tell me they've always done it. I've never seen this in any Jersey Mike's I've been to. So the hot pepper relish that I really love, and I can buy a bottle. This is going to go right next to my Firehouse Subs hot pepper sauce, so I'm really excited about that. Also got 2 kinds of chips here. I'll show y'all when we get to it. You can see it. We got Doritos Fiery Mango, the new Baja Blast collab. I'm not going to lie, I already reviewed these in a short that you will have seen tomorrow. When this video comes out, the short will already be out, but I got 2 bags of it because they sent me it. I have a lot of unboxings, so you're gonna see a lot soon, but drop a thumbs up, man. You guys are already notified. Let's get into this video. We have a number 56, which is the Big Kahuna. We have a number 12, which is the roast beef and provolone, and then we have the Italian. Slight changes to it, and they're all toasted. I like my subs toasted. Does Jersey Mike's toast subs? No. Do I have an air fryer that I put these in? Yes. 5 minutes at 400 degrees, and out comes this. Let's see which one is which, because I don't even know. So this is the 12, Mike's Way minus lettuce, toasted. That's what's on here. And the red pepper relish, which I also have extra, but I already said that. I meant 13, by the way. This is the 13. I just think toasted subs are super underrated. Let that cheese melt. Let it get happy. I also have Chipotle mayo. Chipotle mayo. I don't know why I didn't say that. I usually don't get regular mayo, so I got Chipotle mayo on my cheesesteak and my 12. There's no mayo on this one, just the... A little bit of the good stuff. I don't think y'all realize how annoying it is to eat in front of a camera sometimes, because you have to do everything where you're like holding it up all the time. It feels like an experiment. To me, their cherry pepper or hot pepper relish it's like Wingstop level addictive to me. When it comes to like Wingstop ranch. Flamin' hot Funyuns. I have a lot of free chips here. The people at Flamin' Hot sent me this bag, so I got some Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch, and then just the regular Flamin' Hots, which is like, you know, your OG. People are tired of those, but to me, it's a classic. It's like cheese Doritos. You can't really go wrong with it. But appreciate them for sending me that, because I was going to eat them anyway. This is probably the most unpopular opinion of unpopular opinions. Toasted subs are superior to me in every way. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but it was my only gripe about Jersey Mike's, is that they don't have hot subs other than cheesesteak. I was going to ask the lady if she could put it on the griddle, like if they make the cheesesteak, but it was so busy in there, I don't like giving people a hard time. We got the number 12, so the roast beef and provolone, but the 12 has pepperoni on it as opposed to the 6 that doesn't. Same thing, Mike's Way, but with no lettuce, Chipotle mayo, red pepper relish, and I also got bacon. There's bacon in here as well. And then, oh, tripping. I just like like the way the cheese gets in these, and then, you know, see it's like all melted on the side. That's so good. The trick to these, though, you got to be careful. Make sure you know what you're toasting it in, because if you overcook or over toast a toasted sub, the roof of your mouth is going to be KO'd. This, the outside's crunchy, but the inside's still crisp. My air fryer, 5 minutes is always the play. The cheesesteak, I even toasted, but I only did this for 3 because the inside's already hot. I'm just trying to get it. You want to get the whatever your proteins are in the middle. You want to get them heated up, but not too much. There's a sweet spot. That's why I'd rather do it myself anyway. I remembered to put ice in my ice cube tray yesterday. Yesterday I was not happy about the fact that I forgot. So, we're going to do that one again. Even though there's Cheeto dust on one of the ice cubes I just touched. I'm fine with that. Mandarin orange is the beverage of the day. This is Stop and Shop Poverty Seltzer because Polar is charging prices that I can't do that. Okay, $6.99 for water with bubbles is highway robbery. There's a Cheeto on there too. Yeah, whatever. That is actually like dry cheese or whatever. I never usually get bacon on this. I like the addition of the bacon. But one of their bacon pieces, too much soggy. I need crispy bacon. Because they just give you bacon at Jersey Mike's, it's like sitting out. It's just sitting there. You make a cheesesteak to order, but not a bacon. Which I can get. Most places do that. But I think Jersey Mike's is supposed to be a sub above. So it's a little disappointing. I gotta nitpick, it's my job. Anyway, last one here is the Big Kahuna, so the 56. I got it as is. There's no changes to this. The Big Kahuna comes with peppers, onions, mushrooms, extra cheese. The only addition, I'm sorry, I forgot. I asked for Chipotle mayo in here a little bit, because that's the one thing that's missing from the other one. Their cheesesteaks are unbelievable. Look at this, man. I have gotten cheesesteaks from mom and pops that don't look or taste like this. Hold on. A little bit of what it is. I forgot how much this costs. Where's my receipt? I think it was like $5. That's not bad. That's good. One thing that I think enough people don't do is when they order a cheesesteak, hot cherry peppers in the cheesesteak is a vibe. And that's what it essentially turns this into. Now, there's already jalapenos in the Big Kahuna. So if you're a person who has a low spice tolerance, be careful. I've heard some people say this is spicy. Grow up. I'm just kidding. Grow up. Most people like Jersey Mike's for the Italian subs, which I do too. But to me, personally, the best thing on their menu is all the cheesesteaks and the variations you can get. I have to get to a Jersey Mike's with nice people or not busy people and try to come up with something weird. Because I want pepperoni on that. On a chicken cheesesteak, which I got an idea. Okay, this is my disclaimer. I know there's some people that don't like when I speak about relationship stuff. So if you don't, like, I love y'all and I hope and I appreciate y'all, but it's just that time, so I have to see y'all tomorrow. I got to talk about this, and it is what it is. I like talking about stuff like this. I listened and watched an interview with Simone Biles. It was on the podcast called Call Her Daddy. No. But in the podcast, she talked about, for people who don't know, just a little quick backstory, there was an interview with Ryan Clark, which is a former NFL player who now has his own podcast, with her husband, Jonathan Owens. And in said interview, he referred to himself as a catch, and also talked about how they met. He didn't really know who she was. And basically that, like, more or less, she kind of pursued him because he didn't want a relationship, but she was so wonderful of a woman that obviously they ended up getting married. That that podcast went super viral because I got so many chips here. Let me get these out of the way because I'm gonna eat these another day. That podcast went super viral and a lot of women had something to say about it. I saw this myself. It was stuff like, girl, you need to leave him. You're the catch. You know, I didn't know who he was. Basically, that he ain't nothing and she need to leave him. You know, he don't really appreciate you, blah, blah, blah. And she opened up about how, at first, because she didn't really understand why people were so mad, because to her, this is her words, she said, he's the sweetest person, he's the nicest person, he's the most loving person, caring person. Nothing but good things to say about him, which if you watched the entire context of that podcast, he had nothing but good things to say about her too. He was just being candid about the fact that he didn't really want to date anybody. But it took a Simone Biles to be like, okay, no, I'm off the market. Happily. Which some people don't like to hear that. But she talked about how in the beginning, she just thought it was funny, and she was defending him, and eventually it got in her own head. And she was like, maybe I should leave him. Maybe they're right. Eventually she realized she had to snap back out of that and be like, I have a great man. I've talked about this on this channel a lot. I know there are some people that believe that I'm perpetually single, or that, you know, that because you don't see women or things about my personal life, that I'm just a dude that just eats food, has zero friends except for one, and blah. There's a big reason why I don't let people in my personal life, and it's that right there. No one will try to keep you single more than miserable or single people. Nobody. No person will ever try to keep you more single than a single person or a miserable person. I don't need them to make my own decisions. I don't need a bunch of miserable people in the comment section having something to say about someone that I'm dating for, I don't know why they do it. There's no more annoying narrative to me than people who say things like, well, I'm just looking out for you. Listen, I love y'all. And again, I'm not just talking about me, but just in general. I repeat, just in general, before people start getting into my whatever and being like, oh, in general, there is nothing more annoying to me than people that are like, oh, I'm just looking out, especially with her. I'm just looking out for you. If Simone Biles got divorced tomorrow, y'all would just turn the page and not care. And she would have to go through a divorce and trying to start over, or maybe losing the wrong person because of what other people tried to put in her head. And whether she stays or leaves will not impact your life at all. But so many people had so much stuff to say about it back and forth, being like, oh, you know, people say like, oh, I love that for you, which is like passive aggressive sarcasm. Like, if you like it, I love it, that kind of thing. And outside noise can really get in people's heads. Even in my own relationships in the past, and I know women, y'all probably dealt with the same stuff. Every woman friend group got that one miserable ass single friend that always got something to say, but they can't have a man themselves. And that's the energy that it gives to me. And I know there's dudes that do that stuff too, because a lot of times, if I was going through a breakup, or if I was in an argument, I would have people in the past be like, oh, you know, let's just go out to the club. We don't care about her. I'm like, yes, I do. What you talking about? Like, we fighting. I don't mean I'm trying to leave. But they just be like, come on, get back out here. You know, and almost like the water's fine. I don't want to be in that water with you. And some people forget about that part and they kind of just let other people get in their head. So that's a big reason why I don't broadcast my personal life. I don't need people's judgment on things that I don't need your judgment on. Like, I want to make my own judgment. I also want to experience things for myself. And it's very hard to have a nuance in topics based off of surface level. So what I'm saying is, no matter what Jonathan Owens said, no matter what Simone Biles said, y'all are not around them 24/7. You don't know what the nuances of a relationship are. You can only believe what you either perceive or what you hear or what you see in the public. Over the years, I have seen so many miserable ass couples that in public you would think they were the two happiest people ever. In private, they were always fighting. They were always arguing. They didn't even like each other. But every day they had posts about how great each other were. Like, it was like this surface level, lack of better words, bullshit. Sorry for cursing. And there's a lot of couples that do that. Some people are more interested in optics and what things look like than what things actually are. They just want to appear to be in a happy, healthy relationship. But they're not actually in one. They just want to appear that they're in a committed relationship and they be cheating and posting stuff. I have personally seen women that I almost know have cheated or cheating on that person, and they be posting them, my baby, my baby, my baby. And they be two people just cheating on each other. So I just don't need that kind of stuff. That's why, again, I've been on social media for I don't even know how many years. Y'all ain't gonna know what I'm doing when it comes to that kind of stuff just because I don't think y'all need to know. Some people feel the need to overshare. I undershare. I've always been that way. I talk about what I'm comfortable talking about and things that I want input on. Like, if I bring up a topic, I want your input. If I don't bring it up, that's because I don't want to talk to nobody about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I live my life. I don't think everyone needs to. I have said this before. Even if I had a kid, if I had a family, I wouldn't post them. Social media presence or not. Like, I've been on social media for over a decade because I'm a millennial. I've only been a content creator for a little over like 4 or 5 of those. And I never posted stuff like that. Like, I could hit the lottery, bro. I wouldn't post it. I just don't think everybody needs to know everything. And I understand some people, there's a curiosity aspect. Like, the other day, there was a couple people, because I said I had somebody pick up my food. The other day, when I got the pizza. And people were like, who picked it up? I don't need to know that. Am I saying it's a girl? No. It could have been my mom. It could have been my uncle. It just doesn't matter. It's not relevant to anything. So, that's a big thing for me. I just found it very interesting that in Simone Biles' case, the internet was her single friend. That was like, get rid of him, girl. We can talk about whether or not he's high value or not, or whether who's the catch or whatever. In her head, she thinks they're both catches. What do I think? I think they're both catches. If you think that what he is rare or is not rare, you have no idea how numbers work. There are 32 NFL teams and there are 53 people on each roster. It's about 1,700 people. There are over 300 million people in the United States, let alone planet Earth. How many of those are male? So if by definition, he's only 1,500 out of millions, he's rare. I understand he may not be the apex that Simone Biles is, because accomplishment-wise, absolutely, she's a one of one. And I don't think anybody was ever trying to argue that. But to say that one person in a relationship is more special than another, that's a stupid narrative. I don't care if I was a gajillionaire, successful, whatever, and I was dating some regular woman. When I mean regular, I mean like, 9 to 5, and I'm, a $300 billion person. I still would look at my wife or my girlfriend as my partner. And by that definition, if I chose her, she's a catch. And if she chose me, I am a catch. I don't understand why people need this constant power dynamic where someone feels like they have the upper hand. If Simone Biles is as special as she is, and I believe she is, don't get it twisted, and she chose him, he is by that definition a catch. And I don't think people need to understand this part. Before I get out of here, I'm always candid about stuff like this because I'm not a liar, and I'm a person that if I feel comfortable talking, I'm going to tell you the truth. Otherwise, I'm not going to say nothing. There's no in between. There's no lying. You're talking about a guy in his mid to late 20s who's in the National Football League. Most guys in the National Football League do not want a girlfriend. Most successful dudes, when they reach that level of ascension, if they don't have a girl that's already been there, they're not looking to find one. They don't want to get married. I understand that from a woman's perspective, it's hard to see that men don't really care about marriage like y'all do. That doesn't mean men don't get married. It means we don't grow up wanting to get married. It's not a dream of ours. Having a family is a part of that aspect, of course, but we don't look at things and go, oh, well, I'm 30, time to get married. Especially if you're out here just trying to get, ahead in life. It's not a thing for us. And I know not all women think like that, but most women did, in fact, grow up wanting to be a bride. I never thought about myself wearing a tuxedo at the end of the altar. You understand what I'm saying? We're not trying to get married. When we find somebody that's worth settling down with, of course we want to get married, but we don't dream about it. Before somebody misconstrues what I'm saying. It's just that's not how we do things. We do it as, okay, this is the one. But we don't go, oh, it's just never a guy thing. Guys dream about professions. That's what we dreamed about as kids. Even a guy with big dreams growing up, you dreamed about being an astronaut. You know what I'm saying? A professional sports athlete. You dreamed about that. With that being said, if every guy dreamed of being a professional athlete and Jonathan Owens is one, he's a catch. Please stop. He is living a life that most men want to live. He's married to Simone Biles, and he's a pro athlete. And for people saying he's not a pro bowler, or I don't care. If you're on the practice squad in the league, you have lived the dream that most men would grew up wanting to do. It's very easy for us to judge people that are on, oh, well, he's just on a practice squad. Ain't none of us been on a practice squad. Hell, I wanted to play in the NFL when I was a kid. I didn't get to do it. Therefore, he's rare. Get what I'm saying? Anyway, I just want to talk about that because my main message to get across to y'all is just don't let people outside your relationship judge your relationship based off of two details. Also, don't be telling your friends only the bad stuff that your man does, ladies. Guys don't really do that. We don't like to talk about stuff like that. We don't have a conversation, but I know a lot of y'all only talk about your man when you're mad at him. Your friends ain't gonna like him if you do that. Just telling y'all. There's always two sides to every story. But I love y'all, man. I gotta stop because I'm eating a foot and a half a sub. I love y'all, bro. I like to talk about this stuff. I don't care. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.